Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 8 of our Miami Heat MyGM. Thank you guys for the continued support on this series. Today, we're going to do a little more simulating. I want to do a little more simulating before we get back into the games. But D'Angelo Russell is near health again. He's only got 1 to 2 weeks left on his high ankle sprain. He's only a minor injury at this point, so his overall really isn't being that affected that much. But I have been reading your guys' comments, and the big thing is I need to upgrade this bench, and you're right. We have some really big holes in the bench. We're good with Austin Rivers as our backup point guard. Backup shooting guard, we definitely need to adjust. Tyler Hero is great, but he's going to be coming out, and I don't want Marshawn Brooks as my second best shooting guard. Small forward, I think we'll be fine with Parsons and Caspi. They're both decent shooters, and they're both on 1-year contracts, so I think I'm fine with that for now. But the big thing is power forward. Power forward is where we need not only depth, but a quality starter as well. Mike Muscala, he's great. He's probably going to degress the next season, so I don't want to have to deal with that as my starting power forward. And Kevon Looney, awesome backup. I mean, A minus mid-range. We got him on a good deal, only 24 years old. So, yeah, I think we should be fine with him as our backup. So I'm going to try and figure out where I can relieve either cap room or try and trade some of my backup assets for maybe try and pull a 2-for-1 where I get a really good bench player or possibly even a starting caliber player in exchange for 2 of my backups. So the first thing I want to do is try and find a small forward. I looked in the free agent market, and there is really no upgrades past a 75 overall. I mean, Christian Wood looks good. He's 25. He's got a B+ three-pointer, B rebounding, which is actually really good for this free agent pool. But I believe his potential is not that much at all. It's only a B, so he'll maybe get to like high 70s, which could be good, but I don't know if I want to deal with that right now. So I do want to try and find somebody through the trade block. We had the Warriors first round pick, which I could leverage in a deal to get another backup player. But I really don't know who I want to go after. I definitely want to go after power forwards, but there are a lot of young power forwards that are pretty good. Like PJ Washington, he's on a cheap contract. Dale Ellis Jr., 72 overall, was actually a decently high pick with a pretty good shooting stats all around. So I just have a lot of different options that I can go through. I'm looking for someone on this 2-year contract, essentially a rookie deal that is a decent shooter. So even someone like Dedrick Washington, A- three-pointer. Yeah, see, the draft class brought in so many new players for me to look at. So I have a lot of thinking to do. I think, actually, one of the first players that I saw, PJ Washington. Let me see. So they want Tyler Hero for him. I'm not going to do that. Dustin Ellis Jr. is available. Who else do we have? Dedrick Washington. What is his potential? We could go after him. He's got an A potential. I think I may go. So they're not even willing to offer him. Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of work to do. I definitely want to get someone at least under 26, 27, just to have a little upside left in them. But I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to get. Mfiondu Kabengele? Okay, this is interesting. Whose first round pick is this? This is the Golden State pick. We get Mfiondu Kabengele. What is his potential? He's got a B+ potential. Isn't that bad? The biggest thing loaning him are his intangibles, which we can increase, and his consistency seems to be pretty bad as well. But his shooting is not bad for a stretch 5 or a stretch 4. We also get a second round pick, but I don't know if I want to do that. So we'll hold on to this Kabengele trade if we want to make something else, like Grant Williams. Nothing for Grant Williams. Jamie Gordon, a lot of young power forwards. Dragon Bender still available. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, there's so many of these new created players that could be pretty good if I ended up trading for them, but they all want that first round pick, and I don't really want to give that up. So, you know what? We're going to come back real quick. I'm going to find a trade that works for me, and I'll bring you guys back. So, guys, there has been a lot of stuff I've been doing. I couldn't find a trade. I'll be honest with you. I saw the one for Naz Reid where I could give up one of my first round picks and Gary Trent Jr., but I want to hold on to those picks. I just do. We have 2 first round picks, and we don't know how valuable those are going to be next season. We don't know how Golden State's going to go. They have a lot of players going into free agency, so we'll have to see with that. But D'Angelo Russell has returned from injury, thank goodness, and I have gotten a lot of relationships up. We're back to neutral with Mike Stauffer, up to excellent with our assistant coach, which gives us attribute boosts in stamina, strength, and overall. We're still good with our trainer, and also I have been extending the amount of player mentorships that we're doing. So I changed the badges up for Tyler Hero. I want him working on more of his shooting badges that D'Angelo Russell is good at. I also now have Kevon Looney being mentored by Andre Drummond for Backdown Punisher. I believe Box? Yes, Box and Worm, since Andre Drummond has Hall of Fame in both of these. And also, I still have Michael Porter Jr. with Austin Rivers. Now, I wish I had somebody else for Michael Porter Jr. to be mentored by, but for right now, I think Austin Rivers could be good. I mean, he has some good badges like Quick First Step, Space Creator, and Tireless Defender that I want on Michael Porter Jr. So besides that, I've changed up the game plan a little bit. I want our stars playing more minutes. So I lowered the bench utilization by about half. It was at 80. I also lowered the bench depth. And look at this. Now we have our 4 main stars all on fire, all playing at least 27 minutes a game. Speaking of, I need to bump down Michael Beasley, give these to Tyler Hero. But we're doing pretty good right now. We're actually on a 3-game winning streak. Against the Brooklyn Nets, we beat Kyrie and KD. We beat John Wall and Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards behind a monster night from Tyler Hero. And we beat Cleveland behind the return from D'Angelo Russell and a really good game from Michael Porter Jr. So it seems that my adjustments have made a big impact. So what we're probably going to do is we're going to simulate 2 more weeks just past Christmas. And then in the following episode, we'll play either the Utah Jazz or the Milwaukee Bucks at home. So we're going to go ahead and continue to simulate these days. I'm just going to keep having meetings, and I found that meetings are one of the big things that lowered my morale with my entire staff. So you can see that if I look at trust, the attrition and also the missed meetings are the big killers. So if I would have just attended the meetings, I wouldn't have to deal with any of this. But either way, we need to take our tasks, we need to go to our meetings, and the morale should be okay at the end of the day. So let's see what our new task from our governor is. We've won a lot lately. Let's keep up the streak I promised to complete. And let's have our meeting with Michael Stauffer so we don't get 10 points knocked off of our trust. I think I'll critique the coach. See, I don't understand. Every time I pick something in one of these meetings, it's always the wrong thing. 2K just needs to make it more simple. They need like a personality trait or something so I can actually figure out how to talk to my staff. Because right now I just don't understand it at all. I really don't understand it. But unless we have something to do, I'm just going to continue to simulate these days until we get events like this in the parking lot that I need to address. Now, the scouting is going to be a bit different. We don't even have a first round pick, and I don't really feel like this is a great draft class to begin with. I mean, if we just look at the top players, I mean, Jesse Cox is an A-, which with C defense, which I really don't know if he's going to be worth it at all. And then we drop off to B- and Bs and a B+ here or there. But after that, it's really not worth it in this draft class at all. So I'm basically just going to have him scout first rounders, and hopefully one falls into the second round that we can pick up. But let's simulate the day. How do we do? We beat the Orlando Magic by 1. So we sell out Did that just bump up our relationship? Yes, we're back to neutral. Thank goodness. So we completed the task of getting our sales for our fan attendance up, and we're back to neutral with our governor. So it looks like the morale is not a problem. The trust is not a problem. As long as we try and complete as many actions as we can, and we just attend our meetings, we can pretty much hold up with the majority of our entire team. So what does it want me to talk to the governor? Does he have another goal for us already? Great job filling the stadium. Let's build this and push hard towards the postseason. So nice. It seems that if we complete a goal, it's actually going to reward us with a morale boost, and they're going to talk to us outside of those meetings as well. So at this point, throughout the rest of the season, it's basically just going to be me mentoring all of these relationships. Make sure that I don't have any relationships that are tanking, specifically the head coach, the assistant coach, and the trainer, because that has to do with our player mentorships. The assistant coach is giving us attribute boosts, and the assistant GM is helping us with our relationship effects. So those are the big three that I've found. You really need to mentor. So we're just going to continue ending days. So we got the Kings and the Spurs coming up. I have no meetings. And we are able to take care of the Kings. So against the Magic, Tyler Hero dropped 32. D'Angelo Russell with a decent game. Andre Drummond, he's just the staple for consistency. Michael Porter Jr. did pretty well. And then against the Sacramento Kings, Tyler Hero again killing it in 32 minutes, 24 points. We're on a roll right now. I believe we won, 5 games in a row if I look at the calendar. So we've won 5 games in a row. Let's keep this going. So I'm just going to continue to end the day. And we beat the Spurs 133-24. What a performance. D'Angelo with a comeback game, 35 and 11. Tyler Hero with 24. Austin Rivers with 24. And Andre Drummond with a big double-double. I do want to see, what are the all-star teams looking like? Is that in league news? Yes, it is. So in the Eastern Conference, Andre Drummond, wow, look at that. Third in the all-star voting. 834,000 votes. D'Angelo is not in there just because he's been injured, but we still have a large chunk of the season to go. So hopefully he gets back to being an all-star. But look at that. Everybody on our team is up in overall nearly. I mean, D'Angelo just came back from injury, so I'll understand if he's not increasing. But everything's going perfect right now. Let me just double check my relationships, the trust, 95, 92. I need to, and I found that also you need to keep the trust with your main people at around 95, and it doesn't decay that much. So we got a new task from our governor, and I bet you that it's going to improve the team chemistry. I'm going to express doubts on that. We have team chemistry going. We should be fine to move on like this. So let's end the day, end of this week, nearing Christmas time, up our earnings. We're going to have a weekly meeting with our trainer, and we got 7,000 points. I still don't know what the points do, really. But overall, we're looking pretty good. The mood on all our players is going up. That's because we're winning. So let's attend this press conference. We shouldn't have anything bad to say in this press conference, really. The winning streak doesn't seem to have bolstered the fans' confidence. What do you say to the fans who don't believe? Get real. And that gives all our players a morale boost. Perfect. When you win, it makes everything good. Winning covers up a ton of blemishes. So I'm going to praise the trainer. And it doesn't work. Do they actually have like a trait to them? See, I really don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know how those relationships impact. So pretty much good with the assistant GM. Okay, I do want to back up the assistant GM because the morale, the trust, that's the thing that's going to impact our attributes, going to impact everything else. So I'll just end this day. And oh my God, what happened? What happened against Memphis? Good God. Ja Morant popped off. We shot horribly from the field. Okay, so I'm going to simulate to the end of this week, and I'll bring you guys back with an update. Hopefully we'll be at least 4 or 5 games above 500. So guys, we're 16-13, which is a little bit less than I wanted to. We slipped with 2 games against the Grizzlies and the Celtics, where they just absolutely killed us. I mean, they have Steven Adams now. I don't even know how that happened, but Romeo Langford killed us, but we still played very well. They just shot the lights out. We did beat Toronto with the Jimmy Butler revenge game. I didn't even realize. I forgot that he was even on the Raptors. And Bam Adebayo. They both struggled. Wow. But Michael Porter Jr., D'Angelo Russell, Tyler Hero, Andre Drummond killed it for us. We're back to above 500. We're going to play the Jazz next episode. Guys, that will be all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the continued support. Be sure to subscribe for more. And until next time,